Scarcity thinking limits your potential by keeping you in a state of fear, lack, and self-doubt. When you operate from a place of scarcity, you believe that resources are limited, whether that's money, time, opportunities, or success. You look at the world as a place where only a few lucky people get to succeed, and you tell yourself that there isn't enough to go around. This mindset creates a vicious cycle of fear, hesitation, and inaction. Scarcity thinking holds you back from pursuing opportunities because you are constantly worried about not having enough or not being good enough. It keeps you focused on what's missing in your life instead of what's available. In contrast, wealth attraction thinking is rooted in the belief that abundance is all around you. It's the realization that there is enough wealth, success, and opportunity for everyone. When you adopt this mindset, you start seeing opportunities everywhere you look. You start seeing the potential for growth, collaboration, and success, even in situations where others see nothing but obstacles. Wealth attraction thinking allows you to see abundance, to believe that there's always more to be had, and to recognize the power of your own actions in creating that abundance. Another key element of shifting your beliefs is understanding that money is abundant. In a world full of endless possibilities, there is more than enough money for everyone. Scarcity thinking tells you that money is limited, that there's a finite amount of wealth to go around. This leads to fear and competition. But when you shift to a belief in abundance, you recognize that money is simply a reflection of the value you bring to the world. The more value you create, the more money will flow into your life. This belief helps you overcome the fear of not having enough, and instead, it opens your mind to the possibilities that surround you. Money doesn't just show up by chance. It follows value, and value comes from providing a service or creating something that benefits others. If you're willing to work hard, offer value, and serve others, you will naturally attract the money you deserve. This mindset also encourages you to view success as a win-win situation. Instead of seeing others' success as a threat, you begin to celebrate it, knowing that there's enough for everyone. This shift in perspective allows you to focus on creating value rather than competing for limited resources. Believing that money is abundant also means recognizing that you don't have to wait for a windfall or rely on luck. Money is always flowing around you. It's just a matter of aligning your actions and mindset with it. The universe is abundant, and it is constantly providing opportunities for you to tap into that abundance. When you shift your belief to one of abundance, you start to see opportunities everywhere you look. You notice the potential for income, investment, and growth in areas that were previously invisible to you. Money starts flowing into your life, often in unexpected ways, because you are no longer blocking it with your negative beliefs. Now, let's talk about the belief that you are worthy of financial success. Many people struggle with the idea of deserving wealth. They may feel that they haven't worked hard enough, or that they're not deserving of the wealth they desire. This belief is rooted in the idea that wealth is only for those who have somehow earned it in a traditional sense. But the truth is that wealth is available to anyone who is willing to align their actions with the principles of value creation, service, and abundance. You don't have to wait until you're perfect or until you've achieved some arbitrary level of success. You are worthy of financial success right now. This belief is crucial because if you don't believe you're worthy of success, you'll unconsciously sabotage yourself. You'll hesitate to make bold moves, avoid opportunities that come your way, and make choices that keep you stuck in mediocrity. But when you believe that you deserve success, that you are worthy of abundance, you will step into your power, you will take actions that reflect that belief, and you will stop limiting yourself. You'll begin to make decisions based on possibility and potential, not on fear and self-doubt. Another important belief to adopt is the idea that wealth is a byproduct of doing what you love. For many, the thought of earning money is tied to doing something they dislike or feel obligated to do. This often leads to a lack of passion and burnout. But when you shift your belief to one that says you can be wealthy by doing what you love, everything changes. Wealth attraction comes when you align your work with your passions, your values, and your purpose. The more passionate you are about what you do, the more energy and value you pour into it. This energy is magnetic, and it naturally attracts wealth. When you do what you love, you're not just working for money, you're working for fulfillment, and the money will follow. One of the most powerful beliefs you can cultivate is the idea that wealth comes from contribution. Wealth is not just about accumulating money for yourself, it's about contributing to others. The more you focus on how you can serve others, the more wealth will naturally come your way. This belief shifts your focus from getting to giving. It takes the pressure off, and instead of stressing about how to make more money, you begin to think about how you can add value to the world. Wealth flows to those who provide value, and the more value you create, the more you receive in return. Shifting your beliefs about money is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It requires constant self-awareness and the willingness to challenge old patterns of thinking. But when you begin to believe in the abundance of money, that you are worthy of success, and that wealth is a tool for contribution, your relationship with money changes forever. You stop chasing it, and you start attracting it. You begin to align your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs with the wealth you desire, and the universe will respond accordingly. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful actions you can take to shift from scarcity thinking to wealth attraction. The people you spend time with, whether in your personal or professional life, have a significant influence on your mindset, your habits, and your beliefs. When you are surrounded by individuals who embrace an abundance mindset, think big, and take consistent action toward their goals, you will naturally be inspired to do the same. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who are stuck in scarcity thinking, focused on limitations, and constantly talking about what's wrong in their lives, you will find it much harder to break free from the cycle of fear and doubt. The importance of the people you associate with cannot be overstated. The old saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," is as true today as it has ever been. The thoughts, actions, and energy of the people around you shape your own thoughts, actions, and energy. If you spend your time with individuals who think small, limit themselves, or dwell on the problems in their lives, you will likely adopt similar attitudes. This can keep you from pursuing your own dreams and limit your ability to attract wealth and success. Conversely, when you surround yourself with like-minded, positive, and ambitious individuals, you are creating an environment that supports your growth. These people encourage you to think bigger, push harder, and keep moving forward, even when challenges arise. They act as mirrors, reflecting your potential back to you. Being in the company of people who inspire you and challenge you to do better can help you see possibilities that you may have otherwise overlooked. They will hold you accountable and provide you with the support and motivation you need to keep going, even when the road gets tough. You need to seek out mentors, role models, and friends who embody the success you want to achieve. Mentors, in particular, play a vital role in helping you break free from scarcity thinking. A mentor is someone who has already walked the path you want to take. They have achieved the success you desire, and they can provide valuable insights and guidance based on their own experiences. Having someone who has been where you want to go can accelerate your progress and help you avoid common mistakes. A mentor can also give you the confidence to take risks and move forward, knowing that they have been there before and can offer practical advice. In addition to mentors, surrounding yourself with people who have a positive attitude toward wealth creation and abundance is essential. These individuals are not just focused on making money, they are focused on growth, service, and contribution. They believe that there is more than enough wealth, success, and opportunity for everyone, and they encourage you to see the same. When you are around people who are not afraid to dream big, who are not afraid to fail, and who are constantly striving to improve, you begin to believe that you can do the same. This belief is contagious, and over time, it will permeate your thoughts, actions, and behaviors. However, it's not just about finding successful people to be around. It's about choosing to invest in relationships that are mutually beneficial. The best relationships are those where both parties support and challenge each other to be better. If you are constantly the one giving and never receiving, or if you are constantly surrounded by people who drain your energy, it will be difficult for you to maintain the positive, abundance-focused mindset that is necessary for wealth attraction. Surrounding yourself with individuals who value your contributions, who celebrate your success, and who challenge you to grow is essential to maintaining the mindset of abundance. Networking is also a key part of surrounding yourself with the right people. Building a network of people who are aligned with your goals and values can open doors to opportunities that you may never have encountered otherwise. Networking is not just about asking for favors or making superficial connections. It's about creating meaningful relationships with people who can help you grow, expand your reach, and share valuable opportunities. These relationships should be built on mutual trust and respect, and they should be founded on a shared belief in abundance and success. In your journey toward wealth attraction, you must also be willing to let go of toxic relationships that hold you back. There will be people in your life who drain your energy, who discourage you, and who feed you with negativity. While it can be difficult to walk away from relationships, especially if they have been long-standing, you must recognize that staying in these relationships only perpetuates scarcity thinking. The negative energy, doubts, and limitations that others project onto you can be powerful, and if you allow them to, they can derail your progress. Letting go of toxic relationships and making room for those who uplift you is a crucial part of creating an environment conducive to growth and success. You don't have to go through life alone. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful strategies for attracting wealth and success. It's about intentionally creating a network of individuals who push you to be better, who share your values, and who believe in abundance. These people will help you overcome challenges, celebrate your wins, and provide you with the tools and strategies you need to succeed. They will be your support system, your sounding board, and your inspiration. When you invest in these relationships and make the effort to build and nurture them, you create an environment that is rich in opportunities, growth, and abundance. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with will either elevate you or hold you back. By carefully choosing your circle and surrounding yourself with individuals who encourage growth, share your values, and embody the mindset of abundance, you set yourself up for success. These people will push you to think bigger, act faster, and dream larger. They will remind you that success is within your reach and will help you believe in your own potential. When you embrace the power of the right relationships, you not only expand your network, but also expand your mind, your vision, and your potential for wealth attraction. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most important and empowering steps you can take in shifting from scarcity thinking to wealth attraction. It means stepping out of a passive role and taking full ownership of the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the results you experience. Too often, people fall into the trap of blaming external circumstances, whether it's their upbringing, their environment, or their past mistakes, for their current situation. But when you take responsibility for your life, you realize that the power to change is within you. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your destiny. The first step in taking responsibility is acknowledging that your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. If you continue to entertain thoughts of scarcity, doubt, and fear, you will continue to experience lack. On the other hand, when you shift your thoughts to abundance, opportunity, and possibility, you open yourself up to the flow of wealth and success. It all starts with the decision to take responsibility for your thoughts and how they influence your actions. You have the power to change your mindset at any given moment, and when you do, you change the direction of your life. Taking responsibility also means recognizing that you are in control of your actions. While you cannot control every aspect of your environment, you can control how you respond to it. If you face a challenge, you have two choices. You can either react to it with fear, frustration, and helplessness, or you can approach it with curiosity, determination, and a solution-fake-it mindset. The key to success is not the absence of challenges, but how you choose to respond to them. When you take responsibility for your reactions, you put yourself in a position of power. You stop blaming others, the economy, or bad luck, and instead, you look for ways to move forward and make progress despite the obstacles. Another critical aspect of taking responsibility is owning your mistakes. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and it is often the stepping stone to success. However, many people avoid taking responsibility for their failures, preferring to shift the blame to others or external factors. When you refuse to take responsibility for your failures, you give away your power. You remain stuck in a cycle of inaction, constantly waiting for the perfect conditions or someone else to solve your problems. But when you take ownership of your mistakes, you gain valuable lessons that help you improve, grow, and move closer to your goals. Responsibility means looking at your mistakes objectively, learning from them, and using that knowledge to make better decisions moving forward. It's about taking the lessons from each setback and using them as a catalyst for growth rather than allowing them to hold you back. Taking responsibility for your life also means setting clear goals and taking intentional actions to achieve them. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. Too many people drift through life without a clear sense of purpose, allowing external circumstances to dictate their path. But when you take responsibility for your future, you set a clear vision for what you want to achieve and take the necessary steps to get there. It means breaking down your goals into actionable steps and holding yourself accountable for completing them. The more you take action, the more you build momentum and the more progress you make toward your ultimate vision. When you take responsibility for your success, you stop waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap and start creating them for yourself. In addition, taking responsibility means developing self-discipline. This is where many people falter. They have big dreams and ideas, but they lack the discipline to follow through. Self-discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals and take consistent action even when the going gets tough. It's about developing the habits that will lead you to success and sticking with them even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what allows you to keep going when motivation wanes. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying committed to your vision, no matter how long it takes or how challenging it becomes. When you take responsibility for developing self-discipline, you build the foundation for long-term success. Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself about where you are right now and where you want to go. This requires a level of self-awareness that many people are unwilling to confront. It's easy to blame external factors for your lack of progress, but true transformation happens when you take a hard look at yourself and acknowledge your role in your current situation. When you accept responsibility for where you are, you empower yourself to make the necessary changes to get where you want to go. It's about being brutally honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses and taking the steps to improve, no matter how uncomfortable that process may be. Furthermore, taking responsibility means understanding that success is not about luck. It's about creating the right conditions for success to occur. Many people believe that successful individuals are lucky or that they were born with special advantages, but the truth is successful people take responsibility for their results. They create their own luck through hard work, persistence, and a willingness to learn and grow. They don't wait for things to happen to them, they make things happen. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop waiting for opportunities to come to you. Instead, you go out and create your own opportunities. You understand that you have the power to shape your future through the choices you make today. Lastly, taking responsibility for your life means developing an abundant mindset. When you take responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and results, you stop believing in limitations. You begin to see the world as a place full of possibilities, not a place where success is reserved for the fortunate few. You realize that there is more than enough success, wealth, and opportunity for everyone. You stop seeing other success as a threat and start celebrating it as proof that abundance is available to all. The more responsibility you take for your own success, the more you attract opportunities to you. By taking ownership of your life, you create the space for wealth, success, and fulfillment to flow into your life naturally. In conclusion, taking responsibility for your life is the catalyst for unlocking your full potential and creating the success you desire. When you embrace ownership of your thoughts, actions, and results, you move from a passive state of waiting for things to happen to an active state of creating your own future. By acknowledging your role in both your successes and failures, you empower yourself to learn, grow, and keep moving forward. The path to wealth attraction begins with this fundamental shift, taking full responsibility for the choices you make and the life you create. When you take control, you stop limiting yourself and start making bold, empowered decisions that lead you to the life you deserve.